xoolee ki du ma xam lu ma ko waxaat ah.
No. This is the QTV Nightly News coming to you at QTV Studios, and I am Mamna Buka. Thank you for joining us. Here are the news headlines. In an exclusive end-of-year interview with QTV, the Minister of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, Professor Pierre Gomez, described 2025 as a historic and transformative year for the Gambia's tertiary and skills training sector. Gambian finance professional Ibrahim Abi Sawane made history on the continental stage, winning double honors at the 2025 ACCA Africa Members Convention in Kenya. The Gambia Inclusive and Resilient Agriculture Value Chain Development Project GIRAV, in partnership with the National Roads Authority, has handed over 75.7 kilometers of feeder roads to contractors in the North Bank region. A brand new C-arm X-ray machine was presented to Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital on Tuesday by a Swedish organization. Efforts to strengthen diagnostic and surgical services at Demban Hospital. We visited the Jufure Village Heritage Museum in the North Bank region, which preserves the nation's rich history and showcases its diverse cultures and traditions. Those were the headlines, now the news in detail. Now, in an exclusive end-of-year interview with QTV's Aliou Cisse, Minister of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, Professor Pierre Gomez, described 2025 as a historic and transformative year for the Gambia's tertiary and skills training sector. Here's the report.
2025 is ending with remarkable milestones for the Gambia's higher education ecosystem. According to Minister Gomez, the year marked a long-awaited breakthrough, one that transformed policy, infrastructure and access to tertiary education.
Yes, 2025 was a year of productivity. It was a year of implementation, a year of transformation within our higher education ecosystem.
For the first time since independence, the Gambia produced its first cohort of homegrown engineers specializing in mechanical, civil and electrical engineering. Minister Gomez says this sets the tune for a new generation of skilled Gambians capable of driving national development. According to him, the inauguration of the University of Applied Science, Engineering and Technology USET and the expansion of the UTG Faraba campus with the inauguration of Lot 2 by President Barrow, including a 14-laboratory agriculture school, fully equipped faculty of law and chancery building, marked another step in strengthening academic infrastructure.
2025 was a turning point. 2025 also is the year where when the Gambia government, under the dynamic leadership of His Excellency President Adama Barrow, laid the foundation stone of the $37 million School of Medicine and Allied Health Sciences that will later house a whole story building for the School of Medicine. Another one for nursing, for public health, another one for pharmacy, for the biomedical sciences, and also for a clinic, and so on. This is a revolution because this is going to now address the malaise within the School of Medicine and Allied Health Sciences, where every year they reject 70 to 80% of qualified candidates. 70 to 80%. Why? Because there's no space.
During the year, the ministry also rolled out 7 major policy reforms, including a national research policy and research and innovation fund, the student revolving loan scheme, and the madrasa integration strategy, which supports Arabic school graduates to pursue technical and professional careers.
2025 has set the tone for the regional TVET centers, revamping all our schools, regional TVET centers in Demban, in Kanilai, making them operational and so on, and expanding. And also together with Mansa Konko, TVET Center, and then renovating our Julangel Tibet Center in URR. In the coming months, it will be ready with good equipment.
Despite the achievements, Professor Gomez says funding remains the ministry's biggest challenge, with heavy reliance on development partners to drive the reforms. As 2026 approaches, the minister says his ministry's focus is to complete ongoing projects, expand access, and strengthen the quality of tertiary education, thereby positioning Gambia as emerging hub for education tourism in West Africa.
2026 will be a year of consolidation, but it's also a year of construction. Consolidation, construction, and system, putting in place systems in place. The Gambian people, Happy New Year. May 2026 be a year of peace, year of joy, year of full blessings and grace from the Most High God.
Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cissé.
Gambian finance professional Ibrahima B. Sawane has made history on the continental stage. The Chief Financial Officer of Arise Ports and Logistics emerged as the winner at the 2025 ACCA Africa Members Convention in Kenya, clinching both the Corporate CFO of the Year and ACCA CFO of the Year awards for Africa. Albo reports.
The Association of Chartered Certified Accountants ACCA CFO Awards 2025 recognized outstanding chief financial officers who are transforming and redefining the financial function across the continent. After a highly competitive selection process that attracted over 50,000 accountants across Africa, only candidates from Ghana, South Africa, and the Gambia made the final shortlist, with Ibrahima B. Sawane emerging at the very top. This outstanding achievement highlights his remarkable journey from humble beginnings in the Gambia to international recognition. The award reflects years of dedication and hard work, marking a bold milestone in his professional journey and cementing his place among Africa's leading voices in finance.
During my school time, I've dropped out of school twice. I dropped out of junior secondary school, I returned. I dropped out of university, I returned, and then later pursued the ACCA program. So for me to be recognized on a continental platform, it gives me hope and also serve as an inspiration. This award for me is a very big inspiration, also knowing the fact that whatever parts I've been doing, I've been following, they really are recognized by someone outside my organization.
Ibrahima B. Sawane described the award as a moment of national pride, saying it represents the Gambia rising to greater heights on the continental stage and proudly carrying the nation's flag to new and higher levels of achievement.
Coming from a very small country like Gambia to be basically beating those people on this award is very, very powerful. It also makes me feel that there is a responsibility for me to continue giving back to the society, because an award is not just important for you as a person. This belongs to all of us in the country. The question is, how do we use this award to make much more bigger impact in the Gambia and beyond?
Beyond financial stewardship, the awards celebrate leaders driving innovation, strong governance, digital transformation, and environmental, social, and governance principles, highlighting the growing strategic role of CFOs in Africa's sustainable economic development. Mr. Sawane encouraged young people to believe in their dreams, stay focused, and work hard toward achieving their goals, reminding them that persistence and dedication can turn ambition into success.
Let's be very purposeful in what we want to achieve in life. Let us not compare ourselves too much with the others, because we are all on a different journey. When you look at the road, maybe coming from Serakunda to Banjul, you see different cars are driving. In fact, even the smaller cars beat the bigger cars because they are on different journeys. Nobody is comparing itself to the other one. So for the young people, what is more important, be very intentional in what you want to achieve. If you want to achieve on your career growth, you want to achieve on your business growth, look at those means that are going to help you to achieve that goal.
Ibrahima B. Sawane's historic ACCA wins not only celebrate his personal excellence, but also inspire a new generation of Gambians to pursue their dreams, work hard, and make a lasting impact across Africa. For QTV News, I am Awa Bob.
The Gambia Inclusive and Resilient Agricultural Value Chain Development Project GIRAV, in partnership with the National Roads Authority, has handed over 75.7 kilometers of feeder roads to contractors in the North Bank region. The road, which stretches from Jawara to Mintekunda, is a key step in improving rural connectivity and supporting smallholder farmers. Julian Jaya has the story.
On Friday, the 27th of December 2025, the Njawara community in the North Bank region witnessed the formal handover for the execution of Lot 2 for the construction of 75.7 kilometers of feeder roads to the contractor Chinogam, marking the start of construction works under the Giraffe project. A total of 8 roads across 6 districts in the region will benefit from the initiative. Subcomponent 1.4 of Giraffe focuses on rural connectivity, supporting the rehabilitation, maintenance, and construction of priority routes to link farming communities to markets, reduce transport costs, and improve access to essential services. The handover mission aimed to ensure the site was ready for construction, clarify implementation arrangements, and foster coordinated action between contractors, project management, and local authorities. The ceremony was attended by Lamin Seidiba, Governor of North Bank Region, Salifu Jallo, Alcalo of Ker Ardo, and other authorities.
We're going to do our utmost effort to work with the contractor to make sure that they are accessible, to make sure that they have resources that they need that we can provide, and to give them the easy way to work with the communities.
This road is a very important road because since 1986 it was constructed by another international donor, EDF. And since then, people have been suffering in terms of communication. And it is going to bring together, it is going to connect all these villages, especially women who are doing gardening.
By addressing the long-standing challenge of poor rural routes, the Giraffe World Bank IDA Finance Project is expected to improve market access, enhance economic opportunities, and strengthen food security in the North Bank region. Modu Sanyang, engineer and Giraffe focal point at the National Roads Authority, said NRA will oversee the implementation stage with a more robust supervision scheme.
If you look at it, the roads are divided into 4 different lots. The 200 kilometers is 4 different lots. So now we have 4 different supervision teams inside the NRA that will be attached and permanently based on site. This is to enhance, effective supervision and, of course, the successful execution of works. We have NRA standards that will have to be followed by every contractor and, of course, the consultant being on the sites. Now, if you look at the NRA, all these roads are built up to standard, and this is why we have to be there.
On the 9th of December, the Gambian government signed 3 contracts worth $16.5 million with contractors for the construction of 155.9 kilometers of feeder roads across the North Bank, Lower River, and the West Coast regions. Here is Mr. Wang, the contractor from Chinogam.
I can guarantee I'm doing very quality work and going fast.
As Chinogam prepares to begin construction, residents look forward to smoother travel, easier access to markets, and the broader economic and social benefits that improved infrastructure will bring. Reporting for QTV News, I am Julden Yai.
We will now go for a commercial break. When we return, we have more local news stories. Do stay tuned.
The godfather of Afro Manding music, Jaliba Kuyate ay album Kutakutole Fintindi Holiye. Saturday, 10th of January 2026, Benjamin Hall, Paradise Suites Hotel, 9 p.m. VIP tickets $1,000, ordinary ticket $500. Father of the night, Suleiman Diouf Brusubi. Mother of the night, Musukeba Sane Trawale, Germany. Chief guest of honor, Momodu Turo Dabo. King of the night, Honorable Muhammad Kante Busumbala, Queen of the Night Nene Che Yasin Kebe, Auntie of the Night Binta Batabali Sabali Kombol Lamen, Owners of the Night Honorable Sidi SK Njai, Mayor Talib Ahmed Bensouda, Make Kamara Salaji, Brothers of the Night Lamin Cham NPP, Kemo Sise GFF, Sisters of the Night Abiba Belgium, Fatou Kamara Petrogas, Maimuna Balde NPP, Princess of the Night Dr. Seina Bumbai Jaffa, Lady of the Night Nene Freda Gomez.
jëfewal xeeti meññeeti garab yu neex buntu liggéeykaay United Nations seen banqaas bi dox na ci tëddalini dund ak mbayteef di Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations ak ministre bi saytu wàllu wér garam gi ràññee nañ nag ñuy bànneexu nag ci xeeti meññeeti garab yu neex yi nekkee nag ci suñuy dëkkuwaay lu mu tuuti tuuti lekkal benn bos bu set fexeel nag ci tànneef yi lu mel ni ki mango banana papakaya kaba ananas wala pia xeeti meññeet yi yépp a baax lii nag dana nekk loo xam ne nii dana baax ci suñu yaram te tamit nag ajoowuñ ñu yokk sukar fàttalikul nag ne dangay raxas sa xeeti meññeeti garab yi balaa nga koy lekk te tamit nag meññeet yi bu fekkee ne seen traite passé na fexeel nag nga wowal ko te tamit nag mun nga cee nal juice boo xam ne nii tamit dana nekk beneen tànneef ngir rek xaaji téeméer bu nekk juice yi nga xam ne moom ngay lekk te duñ ci yokk sukar lekk lu sell ànd ak xeeti ñam yooyu nga xam ne nii ànd nañ ak lu sell mooy nag xeeti meññeet yi nga xam ne nii dana bokk ci ñam yi ngay lekk ci bés bi nekk ngir rek Gambia gu ànd ak wér-gu-yaram tànnal nag xeeti meññeeti garab yi tànnal wér-gu-yaram toftal nag sarta yi nga xam ne nii moom la ñu teg ci wàlli ñami tànneef yi nga xam ne ñu ngi koy lekk.
Welcome back, and this is QTV News. A brand new CAM X-ray machine was presented to Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital on Tuesday by a Swedish organization. The handover ceremony took place at Nemban Hospital in Bakau. More in this report with Loliam Kamara.
The donation is part of ongoing efforts to strengthen diagnostic and surgical services at Nemban Hospital. Dr. Jabang, head of the department, expressed gratitude to the Swedish organization, emphasizing that access to modern medical equipment is vital for improving healthcare delivery, particularly in referral hospitals outside the capital.
80% of the surgeries that affect injuries to the hands, the legs, the spine, more than 80% of them need instrumentation, that is to say fixation. Either we use a rod, or we are using a nail, or we are using a screw. And for you to guide that properly in the right direction, you need the C-arm. So number one, if there is no C-arm, almost 80% of the operations that we are doing currently, we will not do that. So that means patients come, they are admitted, they can't go home, you cannot discharge them, other patients are also coming, they can't go, and that obviously gives rise to that phenomenon we see sometimes, where you come and see people lying down on the floor. Why? Because those who need to be operated and sent home cannot be operated because there's no machine to operate on them. So yes, so one, it helps that. It also helps us to operate them early. When someone has a fracture, you treat it early, it gets better. If you wait and you don't treat it early, it gets complications. It could be an infection, or it could be some other things, that we know of.
Dr. Jabang further explained that the modern C-arm X-ray machine will greatly enhance diagnostic capacity, especially in the theater and emergency departments, reducing delays from referrals to other facilities and ultimately saving time while improving patient outcomes. Some members of the Gothenburg community in Sweden joined via Zoom to express their gratitude and reaffirmed their commitment to supporting the Gambia in any way possible. On the ground, Pascal Gaza Goswell represented them, praising his team in Gothenburg for their continued support of Gambians back home.
The dream of lifting up Nemban, it's still there. And I believe we're still working on it. And it's going to be an educational institution that people, not only our generation, but generations to come, will make good use of. So on behalf of the SANG team, we're just saying thank you, and it's always nice to come back home and see that you are using the equipment the way it should be.
Ndaban Hospital is a specialized referral facility under Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital, provides nationwide surgical care, trains health professionals, and is now the country's only trauma, orthopedic, and neurosurgical center. Dr. Mustafa Bite, Chief Medical Director of Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital, emphasized that the new machine will help ease the hospital's workload.
Now, Nemban, we want it to be like a center, trauma center, and neurosurgery center, and plastic surgery center. So those operations really are very difficult. And now that we are having these machines, it helps them. Because here they do many surgeries. They do more than 1,000 every year. So like a week they may do for more than 40 or 50, So this is going to help Gambians more, so that the queue will not be long. So if they have these machines, they don't have to stay long in the hospital. They can quickly do the surgeries for them.
The donation of the C-arm X-ray machine marks a significant step in enhancing healthcare in the Gambia, strengthening Ndaban Hospital's capacity, reducing patient delays, and improving outcomes nationwide. Certificates were awarded to the Gambian community in Gothenburg in recognition of their significant role and contributions in supporting and uplifting the facility. For QTV News, Lolly M. Kamara.
Now, in the Gambia's North Bank region, the village of Jufure is preserving the nation's rich history through a unique community museum that showcases diverse cultures and traditions. QTV's Usman Jata visited the museum to see how the past is shaping the future. Here's the report.
The Jufure Village Heritage Museum offers visitors a journey back in time, where traditional huts, tools and artworks create a space for reflection on culture and ancestry. Through exhibits, documents, performances and hands-on lessons, the Gambia's past comes alive, telling stories of identity, resilience and shared heritage. Behind this vision is Bala Saho, who grew up in Baribu Salikanye, a professor of African Studies at the University of Oklahoma in the United States. Dr. Saho has spent much of his life working to preserve Gambian culture, including years at the National Center for Arts and Culture.
I came up with this idea because I thought that by bringing all of the Gambia together as one village, we can have an opportunity then to study the history of our cultures together in one spot.
Why Jufure?
Jufure because Jufure already has a draw because of James Island, but most importantly because of Alex Haley's book Roots. So having a place like this will be an additional opportunity for visitors and for students.
The Jufure Heritage Museum is more than a village museum in the Gambia. It represents the Gambia's rich cultural heritage, depicting the peaceful coexistence that defines the smiling coast of Africa. For Dr. Saho, the museum represents modern culture. It is a symbol of tolerance, peace and unity.
I have the belief that someday, somehow, I think this country will become a better society for all of us. And I think the quickest way to do that is to create a space where we can really study our culture through artifacts, through songs, stories, right? All kinds of things to really better understand who we are.
The museum represents both a personal journey and a national contribution, driven by the belief that preserving history is essential to building a stronger future for the country. The museum adds depth to the history of Kunta Kinte Island and nearby communities, giving visitors a broader understanding of life beyond the slave trade narrative. However, despite the progress made, challenges persist, including limited funding and unfinished construction.
I think we will need a lot of support, especially financial support and material support. We've already got a little bit of support from the government, from the tourism project, And we also got a little bit of support from an organization called HMO. But we will definitely need a lot of support here. You know, as I said, a lot of money to be able to complete this project.
Vanessa Parker, a United States Peace Corps volunteer, has been working closely with the community.
Oh, this is beautiful. It makes me feel more in touch with the culture and the people, seeing how they've lived and some of their background, you know, physically, because I learned about it by asking them, but this is living proof of that.
Looking ahead, what is your long-term vision for the Jufureh Heritage Museum?
Primary things is to create a program called Seeding, SEEDING. Hopefully, we will be able to bring here primary school students, and we bring them together in the summer, and then we teach them the cultures and histories of all these ethnic groups. So hopefully, if they live here, we will just leave them go into the society, back into their own homes. But hopefully, they can build a foundation where they can begin to trust each other, believe in the Gambia as a nation.
Dr. Saho envisions that with the right support, the Jufureh Village Heritage Museum will inspire a new generation to value their identity and safeguard their heritage. Osman Jatta, QTV News.
That report by Osman Jatta brings us to the end of today's news bulletin, but before we go, here's a recap of the headlines. In an exclusive end-of-year interview with QTV, the Minister of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, Professor Pierre Gomez, described 2025 as a historic and transformative year for the Gambia's tertiary and skills training sector. Gambian finance professional Ibrahima B. Sawane made history on the continental stage, winning double honors at the 2025 ACCA Africa Members Convention in Kenya. The Gambia Inclusive and Resilient Agricultural Value Chain Development Project, GIRAV, in partnership with the National Roads Authority, has handed over 75.7 kilometers of feeder roads to contractors in the North Bank region. A brand new C-arm X-ray machine was presented to Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital on Tuesday by a Swedish organization, efforts to strengthen diagnostic and surgical services at Nemban Hospital. We visited the Jufureh Village Heritage Museum in the North Bank region, which preserves the nation's rich history and showcases its diverse cultures and traditions. That's all for this news bulletin. Join us again tonight at 10 p.m. for another bulletin. Thanks for watching. That's all we have for this news bulletin. Join us again tomorrow at 8 p.m. for another news bulletin. Thanks for watching. This is the QTV Midday News, and I am Mamna Bukar. Thank you for joining us. Here are the news headlines. Makloza. That's all we have for this news bulletin. Join us tonight at 8 p.m. for another news bulletin. Thanks for watching.